Somebody was asking me, is money evil? And I said, no, money is not evil. Money becomes evil when it takes God's space, or when it replaces the love of God. That's when money becomes evil. Money is needed, it's a blessings. Resources are blessings from God. Every good gift comes from the Father who is in heaven. So when God gives these resources, my question is, are you a good steward? Are you able to steward God's resources well? Are you able to use God's resources in appropriate manner? That's where many are failing. God entrusts resources to good stewards. And when you fail to be a good steward, God chooses another person to steward his resources for you. That's why we have people who God will always cause to help you, because they are the good steward of God, of God's resources for you. Now, some of the stewards decide to use these God's resources for their self-benefit, for their self-interest. Others use these God's resources as a platform to enslave others, to put others into slavery. Now, somebody will ask me how. I've heard from many young people who came from vulnerable communities, who had opportunities to be sponsored or supported, either in school fees, either in businesses and other things. And they share their stories that they don't have a freedom when they are supported, a freedom even to do right thing, because the sponsor might want you to do something wrong, might want you to stay somewhere that you don't want to stay, might want you to work for him, might want to warn you that you are not going to see your people again. You just sit here because I pay for your school fees. So you enter into a system of slavery because of you are vulnerable. You need these resources. And God sent somebody to support you. But as after some time, the person has turned to be the master. To be the master. I have seen many good stewards who God entrusted resources for the vulnerable, like orphans, but they chose to squander all the money for their benefits, take their families into good places, like use the money for their building of their empires. Others will buy something like a bundle of white flour, and then they will take to the village that was a village around, and then they will give people one packet, 1 kg of 1 kg packet of the hunger, and then they will tell them to lift those kgs, and then they take a picture and say they have fed them. Yet they were supposed to give full packages of foodstuffs. It has been a routine to some good stewards. Good steward who decided to change. Instead of giving cheerfully to the people that God has convicted you to give. Yes, you have obeyed. You have obeyed to go to the people, and you have chosen some people based on what God wanted you to choose. And after that, are you really giving cheerfully without any interest behind it? Jesus say you are given free. Give freely. You are a good steward of God's resources. Therefore, use God's resources in appropriate ways. Because as a good steward, one day, you will account for the things entrusted for you. God has entrusted to you many resources for the people. Please make sure that you follow His ways, the ways of God. Follow His voice. Because every resources given, you will account for the resources. You really account for the resources. Whether you like it or not, you will account for every resources. So it is my prayer that you and I will be good stewards of the Lord. If you are a teacher, teach. If you are a doctor, treat. If you are a government official, offer services without briberies. If you are a man of God, teach the word of God. And when we all do that, when all is said and done, may the name of the Lord be glorified. God bless you. Have a blessing time.